A good day to everyone. This video is about how to turn this kind of soggy Australian ficus of mine that has been with me for quite some time, maybe 3 5 years or more. See, it's a variegated variety which I really very like. But as of this moment, it's kind of soggy because I kind of grow it in a long container to have those roots, and then when I take it out, it's just like this. So I decided that to go from this, that's to me very undesirable. So I turned it into something like this. So I have solved the problem of the being frail, should I say. It's like kind of bouncing around. So I put the solution to that. Now it looks more stable and looks naturally hanging on the rocks, clamping. So it's actually very easy once you get to see the process, which if you will stay tuned to this video, then you will see how I've done it, and I'm sure you can do it by yourself. So basically you will be needing the following. So some textured rocks. For this project I'm using volcanic rocks, the black ones. Then marine epoxy. It's best to use marine epoxy because it's very waterproof, and then some paint. So the paint should be like the same as the volcanic rocks color, and then some finer grit of the volcanic rocks. And then later you will see what it is for. So it's always best to have them within reach, especially for me, I'm working alone. So we start with fixing the tree to the form that we desire. Since it's kind of frail, it always goes down, like it cannot hold itself to the proper position. So right now let's give it some help. So I'm using this thick wire, make it like a pole there, and then I'm gonna tie it or pull it up so that I can have the look that I want. Alright, just like this. So you can use anything that will hold the shape, like some bamboo sticks or some chopstick, as long as it will do the job. But to me, I would rather have the wire because it's a kind of, it has the flexibility. So just in case, in the latter part, I like to make a little movement like down or up, then I can do, because it's kind of flexible. Then we go ahead with fitting those rocks. It's like for this, it's gonna be like your imagination is gonna be the limit. That's what I like with this process, because not like in carving, it's very hard. If you will have a big rock and then carve it down to the shape, it's gonna be very hard, and sometimes it's very hard to do because sometimes it will break. And then you just do it, you fit the rocks, and then you secure it with wire. And then just like with the support that we did, you can use which one's more comfortable and more available in securing the rocks. Maybe you can use some zip tie or some rope or whatever, thin rope that you can use. But to me, this is kind of accessible, the thin wire. Okay, so you just like I've told you, your imagination is going to be the limit here. So but first you have to aim for the ones that will give it the core of your creation, that will hold the shape all together, like the foundation, should I say. And I will also suggest that when you are placing these rocks, and like for example this way, this is gonna be my desired view of this creation. So kind of see to it that the rocks have good textures and some bad textures. So try to see, you put the ones that are pleasing or that has nice texture where you can see, in the front side. So you kind of uh, rotate the rocks and see which is the best view for the rocks itself, and then you attach. Okay, so that way you will minimize extra work in trying to make it look natural. See, because these small rocks, I just break it from a bigger one. So there are some, you see that those are that some edges are like new and some edges have texture. So always go for the ones with the good texture, and then you put that where you can see them. All right, so just little by little progression, and then you do it. Of course, you enjoy it, which is what is important in what you're doing. If you're not enjoying, then why continue, right? So that's just a little extra. So just keep on doing this, and then let's fast forward a bit. So if you're done with the front side, then you also do the same at the back. Okay, please, if ever you do something, do it in perfection. Some people are doing bonsai like at the front is very very good, but then when you look at the back, it's like oh my god, like it's what's happening at the back. So try to see to it that in every angle you put your passion to it. Okay, try to work as hard as how you did in the front to how you will work at the back. In that way, like even if like you're in the backside, you're still gonna enjoy your creation. Okay, you mount again, just repeat the same process. And once you're good with how you want the rocks to be formed, or how you want them to look like, okay, on that process, once you're done, then you move to this process. This is how you fix them all together. And to me, I'm using and advising this marine epoxy, not just some epoxy will also do, but I would suggest the marine epoxy because it's proven to withstand the being wet and dry all the time. The forces of nature, should I say? So, and it's very tough once you fix it. So you will not worry of your creation falling apart. Some people might suggest, I don't know, but maybe you should try it because before I tried it, but I got very dizzy with the smell. The super glue, I've tried that before. I mean, I think it will also work the same. I just don't know how long it will hold onto the rocks. But the smell is my god, I cannot handle the smell. So I always use epoxy. And I find it easier to work because it's gonna be like in a clay-like consistency. So you mix it, and then you use the paint. The best paint to use, of course, is the ones that have the same color with the rock that you're using. So if you're using a rock that is a bit like white in color or gray in color, so you use that paint to mix with your epoxy. So why are we doing this? So it will save you a lot of time trying to cover up those places that when the epoxy show up, and if the paint is the same as the color of the rock, so you don't need to paint that later on. So we are putting a solution to that. Let's paint the epoxy rather right now as we mix it. Let's mix some paint rather than trying to catch up with it. Once it shows up in your creation, then it will really be visible if the adhesive that you use is in a different color. So try to make them blend on that color scheme so that it will be easier and it will look more natural. So you just grab a little amount of epoxy, what you think will hold enough to hold the rocks in place. So as I've told you, it will have that clay-like consistency. So it's easy to manipulate. You know, it will do the purpose very right. Because I also think if you will use super glue here, it's gonna be a lot of super glue, which gonna be more expensive. So the goal is to like put everything together. What you put, the rocks that you put them all together using the epoxy. So really, anyway, bonsai is about patience. So you really have to be patient in this. So just see to it that the rocks are all glued, or should I say epoxied together. Then you can add more to your taste. So more details, and put the epoxy and then put it there. I do it like this, you know, put some epoxy first to the rocks and then put a little on where I'm gonna attach it so it will hold better. You know, sometimes rocks have dust on them. So if you do that process, like you put adhesive on the rocks and then you put adhesive on where you're gonna put them, so the pressure that you apply there will push the epoxy in the crevices of the rocks, and you will have better hold once it's dried. And the tip, so why we have those small grit or fine grit rocks, it's for this purpose. You know, they will look more natural if you put different shapes and sizes of rocks, because that's how it's gonna be in nature. Then I'm using this, you can use some chopstick, like put a fine edge to it, and then you can use it to press down the excess epoxy so it will look more natural. So use this process repeatedly until you have reached the desired look that you want. So just I really want to say that you just make sure that everything is glued together, or otherwise soon you will be shocked that it's gonna be falling apart because it's not right. The connection is not right, or should I say tough. Okay, so just do this process over and over. So and for my if you view this and you have some comments or suggestion, I'm very much open for some inputs, and also I'm also very much willing to share more if I was not able to discuss it here, especially with regards to this process. So as you can see, I'm trying to do is to show like this ficus have grown on side of the cliff. So I'm trying to show that this cliff is many rocks, and that's it. That's the narrative of this creation. So also another tip, if you're doing a creation, especially this I consider a penjing. If you're doing a penjing, it's all about the narrative. So stick to your narrative. Okay, some people will try to use different textures of rocks, different kind of rocks. I would not really suggest that, because it you might get lost. Okay, like the story will not be consistent, right? So it's really, bonsai is like horticulture, then art, and a lot of patience, because it's never ending. And anyways, what's good about this process is Once if you're like contented to it, then you can stop. Once like you have other things to do, then you can stop, and then you can always go back and take those epoxy again, take those rocks again, and do the process again. But mind you, it's very hard to take off once it's there, once it's hardens, especially the epoxy. So if I were you, it's better to like if you're kind of confused, it's better to stop, think it over, and then you proceed again once you have the inspiration or once you have the idea on where to put and how you want it to look like. Okay, so just make it look natural, like try to copy the what you see in your nature, or maybe go to the internet, look for a nice rock formation there that you can that will inspire you, and then you put that in your creation. So just be particular in at placing the epoxy first on the rock that you're gonna attach, because it's gonna help a lot. Sometimes the epoxy just stick to the dust on the rock, and then later it will fall down. But if you do the process of pressing it down to the rocks that you're gonna put, then it's okay. Especially if the position that you're gonna put it to is like hanging. All right, so it's better to have that in mind. So once you have the desired look that you wish for, then the process is okay, and then you start, or you wait for the adhesive to dry. Start with that waiting process, but it's very quick. Like it can dry up in 12 hours. It's very very hard already. But in just 2 hours, it's it's not that hard, but it is gonna fix itself in place. So once you have done all of this, one in the front and the back, and then we're almost done actually. Yes, this process you can do it in a big scale, but of course if you're gonna do it in a big scale, I would rather use cement. But with cement you have to be careful. You have to consider if your tree can tolerate the alkalinity of the cement. Otherwise you're gonna be in trouble. Once the cement leaked and everything, might kill the tree. So and also don't worry, because in the beginning you would see that some of the rocks may not look the same as each other, especially the patina. Don't worry about that. As if you are using the same rocks, rest assured that once it aged there on your creation, soon all the patina will be the same if you use the same kind of rocks. Okay, so thank you very much for your time and your patience in watching this video. So this is our final product. So I put some moss there and some grasses. So this is the back side. As you can see, I also put emphasis to the details. I put some moss, and the texture of the rocks you can visibly see. And there, this is, I think, the right side. Yeah, this is the right side. So slowly turning. Alright. So don't worry. You see even the color of the stone. Some of them are a bit, brownish and everything. But knowing this type of rock, it's gonna be black soon. Maybe where the stone is gotten from have some soil on it, so it's the color is different. But soon, once they are like aging all together at the same time, there will be consistency in the patina. Okay. Also, another tip, if you are gonna be putting some moss, you just always try to have it there, or try to put them always some moss there, and then soon the seeds of those moss will really naturally be there and start to grow, and you will have this very wonderful finish. So again, thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the process. If you have some inputs, like I said, please write in the comment below, and we will be having more videos. I think I have plenty of time now to do many videos, and I hope that you enjoy, and most importantly that you have learned something to add to your you already have stored knowledge there, so you can add to this to that, and then you can better improve your technique to better enjoy bonsai. So thank you very much. Have a blessed day. Once again, this is Tsunami Bonsai. Be right back soon.